Hello guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris, in case you're new. I do reactions and I also do guitar covers and vocal covers sometimes. And in this video, we'll be checking a look at the musician called MIYAKO from LOVEBITES. We'll be taking a look at her original YouTube channel. This is the very first video I'm ever checking out by her. A few of you guys have told me that she is okay with reactions done to her channel, so I decided to do a reaction to a video of hers called MIYAKO how to create my heavy metal demo part 1. So I have heard quite a lot of LOVEBITES songs due to you guys requesting so many, and I've also heard her toots, and I just think they're all amazing. And one thing I've mentioned quite a few times after listening to like basically each song is I wonder how these songs are composed, because there's LOVEBITES songs are very complex, and there's also a lot of different there's just a lot of different things going on from a musical standpoint. It's not the easiest music in the world. There's a lot of polyrhythmic patterns going on. There's different leads that intertwine between each other. There is really crazy harmonization going on, and the songs are done in such a way, at least the way I'm hearing it, it sounds that it sounds like someone like basically would write it in a computer and then basically share the song to different members. Now I don't know how she writes songs, so this will be a really interesting look for me, especially since I've studied music production and songwriting, and I kind of have a background in that to an extent. So this will be really interesting to basically see how she does it. So I don't know if how this video will go. I will probably cut out certain parts of the video, or I may not do that. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I will probably stop and talk a bit about something she says during the video. But I hope you guys find this to be a really interesting breakdown of how she does it. I just find songwriting interesting, since it's something I majored in, and besides audio production and music, songwriting was also a thing I unintentionally majored in. I just happened to take a bunch of classes, and basically that was a thing that I unlocked just from taking a bunch of classes that kind of overlapped with each other. But anyway, we'll be jumping into this video. By the way, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe, make sure to clap, and let me know what you guys think of LOVEBITES and or MIYAKO. And anyway, we'll be jumping into this right now. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, this is MIYAKO. Thank you for watching. ということで、YouTube 撮影、本当に久しぶりになってしまって、大変申し訳ございません。去年の秋ぐらいから、ちょっとLOVEBITESの、デモ作りをずっとやってたんですね。で、デモ作りやってると、まあ当たり前ですけど、全部は採用されないわけですよね。いい曲かけたらいいし、なんか微妙ってことだったらもちろん採用されないわけで。でね、結構その自分の中でもだし、メンバーとかスタッフに聞かせても、もう一声みたいな感じで、結構言われててですね。書いては捨て、みたいなことやってるとね、結構メンタルね、やられてくるんですね。なんか、自信がなくなってくるっていうか。YouTube を更新するというタスクまで、こう自分のね、心が追いついてこなくて。ちょっと更新がね、止まっちゃってたんで、大変申し訳ございませんでした。やっとそれもね、落ち着きましたので、ちょっと YouTube もね、復活していこうかなと、パンと、ここからいっぱい更新していこうかなと思っておりますので、どうぞ見捨てないでいただきたいです、このチャンネルを。よろしくお願いします。はい。で、今日は、こうね、私結構デモ作りをね、いっぱいやってたんですけど、必見、MIYAKO流のデモ作りを YouTube で大公開したいと思います。はい。なので、ぜひお付き合いください。よろしく。
Okay, before I see how she does it, I just find it kind of interesting that some of the members would say that. But I do know that in a band, it's not just one person doing everything. So even if you do like something that you intentionally do, some other members may not like that and they may think it could be done a different or better way. So I see how collaboration could be very important for a band like Love Bites, especially because there's so much going on from a musical standpoint, from like the guitars and the drums and the bass and overlapping harmonies and other stuff. So this will be really interesting to check out. But yeah, Miyako is amazing. I think her like guitar skills are and piano skills are like top tier, like amazing. So this is really fun to check out, especially because I've written a bunch of songs. You guys haven't heard them, but one day hopefully you'll hear them once they're recorded and mixed and mastered and whatnot. But anyway, let's get back to the video. On how Miyako writes demos and stuff. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
じゃあね、早速、一から MIK 流のデモ作りを、見せていきたいと思います。はい、今ね、パソコン上に、プロツールスというソフトが立ち上がっている状態で、もう本当に何のトラックもない状態です。新規で立ち上げたっていう状態に今なっております。そこから、クリックトラック、カッコココですね。で、私はね、結構デモ作るときに、もう一番最初によく考えるポイントとしては、テンポですね。どういうテンポを作るかっていうところで曲調が変わってくるので、はい。今回は試しにパワーメタルっぽい曲を書こうと思っておりますので、ここから、ギターとかそういう弦物ですね。トラックは一旦5トラック作っていきましょう。で、一旦こういう感じ。はい。で、ここに私はいつもドラムの打ち込み使うときにお気に入りのプラグインがありまして、パーフェクトドラムっていうね、パーフェクトドラムスかっていう、プラグインがありまして、どんな音するかっつったら、みたいな。
Wow, I'm pausing real quick, but Miyako sounds. Well, I know she's a professional, but she's extremely proficient at Pro Tools, and it sounds like programming drums also. Before I continue, I was noticing that when she created the tracks for her Pro Tools session, that she created basically the vocal parts also. Well, she made vocal tracks, like she made drums, I believe, guitar, and some vocal tracks, which is interesting. So I this is kind of how I figured she did it, just from what I know about music production. Basically, it sounds like she mixed the tracks and then she basically writes like the rhythm parts and then she writes the melodies and she also probably writes the vocal melodies to go into over the song. So this is really interesting. I mean, it's kind of what I figured, but this is really interesting to watch a master at work. So yeah. Anyway, I'll try to keep the pausing to a minimum, but since this is kind of a breakdown video, I will be kind of stopping and starting a little bit. So I hope that isn't a issue, but I'll probably talk a bit more in depth about this at the end of the video. But anyway, let's continue.
はいですね。ガイドのところにはミニグランド、ピアノの音。このガイドのやつはもうほんとコードを決めるときにガイドとして使うんです。で、メロとハモも、ピアノの音で入れるのでコピペしてプラグインさしておきます。はい。で、ギターですね。ギターは私はいつも、WAVES のギターのやつ使ってます。これは、なんていうの GTR アンプ1みたいな。これのね、 ハイゲインっていうやつの、シュレダーがね、めっちゃメタルでいい音してるんですよ。なので、それを全部ギターのチャンネルには、こうやってコピペして入れておきます。で、ベースには、まあありがちですけど、サンズアンプさしておきます。とパンを振っておきましょう。で、ベースはセンターでいいので、まあ一旦こうやってこうバーって作りました。で、私は、そうですね、まあ一旦ドラムから人に打ち込んでいくんですけど、こういう感じで、まあ適当に打っていきます。
Wow.
適当に打って、本体です。で、でシンバル足していきます。こういう感じ。色入れてきます。
I'm super amazed, you guys. I'm super amazed, especially because as someone who's programmed drums and stuff, the way I do it versus how she does it is it's very different. Because I usually just do one drum part at a time, and I basically use one finger at a time. I don't do it like that, but she's so proficient at it. It's amazing to see. As someone who's an audio engineer student and also a musician in general, I could watch her all day do this. It's truly amazing.
そんな感じで。で、C に行くので、一旦、一連の流れ、イントロ A、D イントロ 2A、B、C っていうところまで今、パート、ドラムの流れだけマジで仮で。
Interesting. She created the drum track patterns without even coming up with guitar parts for it. Yeah, that's really interesting.
じゃあこの状態で一旦、まあ、リフ考えますか。じゃあもう一本取ります。多分このリフのノリで A メロはいっちゃっていいので、適当にどうしようかな。バーッと作っちゃうのが大事ですね。イメージわからないんで。みたいな感じ。で 次イントロに行くので貼ればいいよね。じゃあ次 B なんか適当に。サビはちょっと開けた感じなのかな。なのでどうしようかな。ガイドのピアノは後でストリングスのトラックとかにぶち込んだりすることがあるので、一応きれいに揃えたり長さ揃えたりしておきます。じゃあガイドで適当に今コードを書いたので、それになぞらえてギターで刻んでいきましょうか。このパート1では
It's been a while since I
ワンコーラス作ることを目標にいきます。なので歌のボーカルのメロディーラインを
I just want to say this is so interesting to see how she works. I'm just so intrigued by all of this. I'm going to pause real quickly. So I did mention this in a previous LOVEBITES reaction video that I did, that it sounds like the guitar parts that, well, not the guitar parts, but like the vocal melodies are created in a Pro Tools session. Basically, because some of the vocal melody runs that that Fami does in singing doesn't sound natural. And by what I mean doesn't sound natural, it doesn't sound like some natural vocal melodies someone would come up with in singing. It just doesn't sound natural. It sounds like she's singing what a piano part which was written for her, and she's just added lyrics onto that and then went from there. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a lot of bands and groups do that. However, it just sounded really, it's just something I noticed. And when I see this, it's really interesting to see that my suspicion was true about it. So that's really cool. Anyway, I'll continue the video starting in 3, 2, 1.
サビはとかかな。 、じゃあベース持ってきました。B メロのシンバルが入ってなかった。ちょっと適当に入れます。ここはハモリ入れるだろうなっていうところにちょっとハモをつけていきます。じゃあ本当にザクッとワンコーラス雰囲気できたので、さっきのサビのとこに入れてたガイドのピアノを、ストリングスの音に置き換えて、サビだよっていう雰囲気を出しつつ、ちょっと調整します、最後に。はい、じゃあ一旦時間は11時半、だいたい1時間くらいかな。はい、でなんとなくのワンコーラスできましたので、一回これをライン取りして、一回みんなにクオリティをしっかり聞いてもらおうかな。
We got an ad going on right here, but I'm just saying that's pretty amazing to be honest. Yeah, that's just so amazing to be honest. Made this entire thing in an hour. Just wow. It makes me want to basically just keep practicing and just basically try to work somewhat like this, because I feel personally for some of the music I make, although it's very similar to, it's basically like a form of hard rock, a form of metal in a sense. I'm not sure what genre, but it makes me kind of want to work somewhat like this because of just how she does it. Although I feel I would need someone who could like basically do a better job at programming drums than I could, and also who could just basically kind of guide the song, although the song is generally already made. But anyway, we'll continue starting in 3, 2, 1.
はい。っていうことで、いつもワンコーラス作るときはこういう手順で大体やっております。で、本番これも暫定です。でもこれを雰囲気かっこいいねとか、いい曲になりそうだねってなったら、じゃあ次の動画、パート2では、今これワンコーラス1番だけ作りました。ので、一旦仮で最初からアウトロまで作っていきます。要は感想も作って、大体の構成をザクッと決めるっていう工程に次は行きたい。で、それで全体を作って、よりかっこよくなってね、これをどんどんアレンジ詰めていこうっていったパート3で、アレンジ編、編曲編をやっていきたいと思います。で、この曲がどこまで最後かっこよくなるか、みんな交互、ご期待ください。じゃあ、最後まで見てくれてありがとうございました。次の動画もお楽しみに。Thank you for watching. バイバイ。
That was amazing. That was amazing. My respect for Miyako was already like sky high, just from a musician standpoint of her being like a phenomenal guitarist and pianist and even singer from what I've heard of her from the reactions you've told me to check out, but she's just amazing. Like, I can't sing enough praise about this woman. She's amazing. But anyway, yeah, that was my reaction to her on how she creates heavy metal demo part 1. Now, as someone who plays metal, and who also who's been certified on Pro Tools and who graduated in commercial audio production and basically know a lot about songwriting and music composition and stuff like that, and music theory and whatnot. It's just really interesting and cool that I can see how she works like this, because it's really, although I graduated, I don't necessarily feel I'm an expert at it because I haven't produced anything that anyone who isn't like a close friend of mine has heard. I have performed quite a bit and people have heard some original songs and whatnot, but no one has actually heard a completely produced song where it's like this. Although I do have the programs from I have DAWs, and I also have MIDI keyboards up here, which you guys can't see, and speakers and monitors and drum programs from Superior Drummer, and I have those wave plugins, and I have a lot of the same stuff she had in this video, and I have like it looks like 7 guitars. I'm not sure. I lose count. But yeah. So it's just really interesting for me personally to see how she does this, because I'm always interested in to see how people create things and how people arrange things, because to me personally, it's always a learning experience. So when people request me to check things out, I almost never look at it from it's a good or bad standpoint. I always look at it from what are they doing from a musician standpoint, to see like, oh, like how are they doing this? What scale are they using? What are they doing musically? And also what are they doing from a music production standpoint? So I just find it super interesting what she did. And she's a lot more proficient than me at music production, but you guys already knew that because she's amazing. But yeah, I'll definitely check out part 2 if you guys want, and this video isn't blocked or anything. That would be really cool. But yeah, also I'm sorry for that this video is pretty long. I didn't intend for it to be. I also didn't know if I would cut any parts out, but I'm likely not going to cut any parts out. But yeah, it was just really cool to see how she programmed the drums first, because normally as a guitarist I start with guitar parts first. I start with cool guitar riffs and parts, and then from there I think of drum parts to go under it. Although I have heard some people say that they do program the drums first and then they put like guitar parts over it, but that sounds kind of weird to me. I know she just did it in this video, however, it just seems kind of not personalized. And by that I mean when you create from a standpoint of when you're not thinking about a click track or anything in general, when you're just coming up with a riff, it's a lot more personal when you are coming up with it compared to you are working in predetermined guidelines. Because when you're working in predetermined guidelines, you have to kind of fit on what the theme of the context is. So if she's making a song where it's like, well, you have to think, well, what guitar part can I do over that which will sound interesting and full or engaging to that? So yeah, it's just really interesting that she would do it that way. I'm sure not all riffs are done that way, but music is a really interesting thing, as you clearly saw, like from like the way she did the riff and then to the final rough draft product of the demo at the very end, how it sounded very full and very interesting. So yeah, just music is very interesting and intricate, and it's weird because when I originally went to college for music, I was thinking more of music done in a certain way. However, the more and more I'm exposed to different things, the more I see not everything can be done in just one way. There's like 100 different ways to do something, and your way may not be right and your way may also be wrong. It just depends on perspective and just different things that go along with growth and experience, and what works best for you may not work best for someone else. And yeah, just a lot of different factors in things. But great video. Miyako's the best. I wonder how Midori and the other girls also contribute, but aside from that, I will be doing some more LOVEBITES reactions in the future, and I'll also be wrapping up her etude, the MIYAKO etude, which I know I've said I would have done like a month ago, but we'll be doing those last two songs. And so after this video, you can expect those two songs up the following days. And yeah, anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope this video isn't blocked, and I hope I remember to edit all the parts out so the video is done clearly and whatnot. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. If you like videos like this where I'm stopping and I'm breaking down stuff, let me know, and I'll try to do some more videos on things like that. But anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Later, guys.